So let me tell you the story of Zeus, the one who, if he were today, would be the typical guy who is in charge of everything and who still gets into trouble with his wife all the time. But hey, let me warn you, his family is the definition of an easy soap opera. It starts with his father, Kronos, who had the strange hobby of devouring his own children. Yeah, a bit of a weird family dinner, right? And Zeus, smart enough, escaped that and ended up becoming the boss on Olympus. But in addition to being the boss, the guy couldn't hold his own with just one woman, and that, of course, didn't please Hera, his wife, very much. Want to know more? So be prepared that things will only get worse. So it all started with Kronos, who, honestly, had to be the worst father in history. The guy had an absurd fear of being left behind by his own children, and instead of dealing with it in a mature way, I don't know, by sending a let's talk message, he decided that the best way to solve it would be to eat them. Yes, devouring your own children. Okay, well resolved, he wasn't. Here comes Rhea, Zeus' mother, who was already fed up with seeing her children become the snack of the day. When she was pregnant with Zeus, she decided that she wasn't going to let Kronos make another baby lunch. What did she do? He hid Zeus in a cave and gave Kronos a stone wrapped in a cloth, as if it were the baby. And boy, did he eat it without even suspecting it. Seriously, who would mistake a rock for a baby? But beauty, Zeus was fine, growing up in hiding, while his father thought he was in control. Little did he know that he had a future giant problem coming. Now imagine Zeus growing up in that cave, already with that vibe that one day I'm going to leave here and put an end to this nonsense. He must have been a typical angry teenager, right? My father? Oh, he ate all my brothers. Normal, just another day in life. So he grows up and, with the help of Metis, a good goddess who knows the strategies, decides that it is time to put the plan into practice. And the plan? Make Kronos vomit up the brothers he had swallowed. Look how beautiful. Zeus prepared a special potion, like a detox shake from the gods, and made Kronos drink it. The result? The old man began to vomit all the children he had swallowed: Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Poseidon, and Hades. Seriously, that must have been the strangest vomit ever. Now, with the whole family together, and probably a little traumatized, Zeus leads the brothers on a mission to overthrow their daddy Kronos and take the throne. Because, after all, what's more classic than a teenage son wanting to put his father in his place, right? And so, with the most bizarre family revolution ever seen, Zeus ends up dethroning Kronos and taking command. Then, the fight was just beginning. Okay, now that Zeus overthrew his father and became the supreme boss, you think he would relax, right? But no, life as a boss wasn't enough for him. He wanted to be the king of Olympus and also the greatest catcher in Greek mythology. The guy just couldn't behave. It seemed like the power went to his head. And not just the power, if you know what I mean. First, he married Hera, his sister. In Greek mythology, no one cared much about these kinship details. But Hera, poor thing, had to put up with Zeus jumping the fence practically every week. The guy was tireless. He fell in love with goddesses, nymphs, mortals. If he had Tinder at that time, Zeus's profile would have been divorced 1,000 times. His heart open. There was a betrayal here and there. And Hera, of course, had a pistol. She didn't let it go easy. Every time she discovered one of the betrayals, she would create a huge mess and take revenge on everyone: Zeus, her lover, her children. No one could escape her fury. Meanwhile, Zeus is there, full on the throne of Olympus, releasing some lightning and thinking he's bam bam bam. And look, in addition to the betrayals, he had to deal with his brothers and children, like Poseidon, who always wanted to steal the throne, and Hades, always there in the underworld in his, but also a bit resentful. Anyway, Olympus was basically a reality show full of intrigue, drama, and betrayal, and Zeus? He was the center of everything, living life as if there were no consequences. Spoiler, there always were. So in the end, Zeus was that guy who had it all: power, fame, a golden throne at the top of the world. And of course an endless list of family and love problems. He may have become the king of the gods, but he was also the master of getting into trouble, with his brothers, with his wife, with his lovers, with his children. If he had a support group on Olympus, Zeus would be the one. First subscriber. In the end, what becomes clear is that, despite all the power and all the lightning, he was just another complicated guy with a lot of issues to resolve. The difference? He could throw lightning at the head of anyone who tried to oppose him, which must have helped a little. But let's face it, life on Olympus was basically a Greek soap opera of epic proportions, and Zeus, the messy protagonist. So this is today's video. If you liked it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos and leave a like. See you in the next story.